can start the thing. Shoot, wait a minute. There it is. Okay.
All right. Here we go. Welcome to Entertechment. This is Entertechment show number 204, recorded on November the 22nd, 2014. Let's introduce to you who's on the show today. Say hello, everybody, to Joe Macer.
Good morning.
And let's give a big hi-de-ho to Kerr Ballantyne.
Hi-de-ho.
Hi-de-ho. All right, welcome to the show. Are we printing anything today, Joe?
No, not today. Temperature's supposed to get up to the 40s today, so then I may start printing again, or I may have to bring the thing inside and just say forget it.
I've had to burn a pile of tires to keep the garage warm enough to print out my little.
I draw the line at single digits.
Oh,
That's right.
It's just too cold to do anything.
Yeah, I shouldn't complain. At least I'm not in Buffalo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with 12 feet of snow or whatever they got now.
Just
It's
open
like-
your door and walk out into the snowbanks.
Crazy.
Man.
So yeah, I'll get back to printing next week. I got sucked back into Blender this week, which is another one of those rabbit holes you go down and.
So I was gonna say,
takes
so
up
you
a bunch
find
of times.
as the weather gets colder, you go into design mode.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
you're back out in the garage when it's warmer, and that's my plan. We'll see.
So 3D printing is seasonal.
Yes. Well,
Alright.
until I get it set up in the house.
Okay. It needs its own room, though, right?
Well, no. I mean, you can do it, and it's just I've got an enclosure now, so it's not so loud.
Oh, okay.
It's not too bad.
We finally built a wall around the T-Rex and the sound went down. That's kind of cool.
It has its own terrarium,
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
its own
I showed you that.
ecosystem.
Yep.
All right, climate controlled and everything. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about Star Wars. We talked about it last week. We have some new information. I have some breaking news as far as Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens goes. I have it
Awakens.
on good authority that you're going to start seeing the teaser posters out in theaters within the next week.
Just a poster.
Just the poster. And
So should we
then-
grab that poster in case the name changes?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I think they're pretty set on this. I don't see them pulling a Revenge of the Jedi on this one.
You have one of those posters, man.
Oh yeah, I actually have one of the patches. You remember the Star Wars fan club and Bantha Tracks?
I have those.
Yeah.
I have my Bantha tracks around here somewhere. Can't see them in the dark,
Around
but I
here
have
somewhere.
them here somewhere.
Uh,
I do. I'm not making that up.
yeah, I believe you. I believe you. It's a real thing. They had every year they'd give you like a little care package, and
Was that a play on words?
yes, it is a little bit of a play on words. And so they had a care package that they sent out, and before, I'm trying to think, it was probably 82.
Mm-hmm.
Before, this was right when they're filming what would become Return of the Jedi, and they gave out a little package, and it had patches. It had Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Revenge of the Jedi. So
I do have some patches. I wonder if I have. I probably don't have that anymore. I have to see.
that's the only Revenge of the Jedi item I own,
Mm-hmm.
but hanging on to that one. So it came out this last week that there's going to be a 60 to 90 second trailer that is going to be released in theaters before the end of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And if you remember what they did with the Phantom Menace, there was
Yes.
this huge anticipation just to see the trailer.
I remember you're trying to download it, and the bandwidth was really crappy. It's just like, oh, I just want to see it. I want to see it.
Yeah, every 10 minutes, one more second would blip by.
Yeah, exactly. And you'd be like, for every story, there's a beginning. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh, one man alone against the Sith.
Yeah. And so they had it on select movies that you would have to go see in order to see the trailer. So there was a lot of speculation, and this was errant speculation, that you'd see the trailer in front of the new Hunger Games movie, Mockingjay Part 1. Not
Yeah.
to be the case. Was not going to happen.
Mockingjay Part 1 didn't come out?
No, it came out, but the trailer was not attached to it.
There was no trailer for Mockingbird Part 2 in front of Mockingbird Part 1? That's weird.
No, there was afterwards, but not before.
That would be weird.
So then people started saying, "Oh, well, it's going to be on The Hobbit: Battle of the Five Armies."
No.
Why not?
You'd think that would be the right crowd.
Yeah.
No, I know it would be technically marketing-wise it would, but I don't know. I'm a purist. I don't like my peas touching my carrots kind of thing, all right?
No carrots, no peas.
Yeah, let me enjoy The Hobbit and fantasy. Don't put Star Wars in there. Then everybody will be talking about it and won't shut up about the movie. So.
Would you please stop talking? Make the other people stop talking.
So our kickoff question. So our kickoff question for today: if it's not in front of The Hobbit: Battle of the Five Armies, how would we set up the teaser trailer launch? How would we launch it?
I would put it on a YouTube video that was password protected, and then I would leak the password out and have it like invite only. So you can invite friends, and they can invite friends, and then you sign up with your email address, and you get to see it. And then I'd know I'd have everybody's email address that wants it.
Well, that's kind of an overlord approach.
Well, but you think if it's invite only, then people are something special. If you signed up and I got 3 invites, and I'm like, I watched it. I got to show Kerr, Matt, here. I got an invite. You guys got to watch this too. And would you put your email address in just to see the Star Wars trailer?
I would.
I know you would. Here's gonna say he wouldn't, but
he would.
But he.
I wouldn't put my real email in. I do have my bogus email I put all the time in things,
but it's more special
email.
if it's like it's a leak. It's either a leak or an invite.
Come on, man, it's like the 555 number girls gave you during college. Yeah, call me at this number 555-1000. Cool, I got a number.
Email address aside, though, how fast would that spread across the internet with zero money spent?
Right.
To just, hey, it's leaked. Like Apple's the master of leaking stuff. It's like, oh, hey, here's this secret link to go see it.
Right.
How everybody would, it'd be everywhere.
It would be.
Accidentally, like the what was the
Marvel
Age of
one. Ultron.
Oh, accident!
You can only see it on Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and turns out Hydra released it.
Hail Hydra!
I think I would get together. I would find a theater in every market, and I would give out an invite only. Come to the theater and watch it.
Oh, that is so 80s.
So 80s. I didn't say they had to wear parachute pants.
You know they would.
But they just come in for just that.
Just that.
It depends on what you're trying to do. If you want the theater owners happy, now you've got an event to drive them in.
Yeah, but the question is, so Joe's belief is that all Star Wars fans are going to be internet geeks and trolls anyways, so they're going to be staying all that.
I would bet a large majority of them are internet people.
No, I'm pretty sure it's,
if you will.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, it is. But sorry. Back on subject. I don't know. So Matt is everybody goes in the theater. Joe's is send it off on the internet. Is that what I'm understanding?
Kerr's is we put some guy out on the street. Hey, you guys want to see the clip from Star Wars? Come here.
Hey,
cancel with this thing.
I know a guy. Get you an invite.
That's
email to allow you to know where to visit a movie theater that may or may not be showing.
Need your social security number. What's your bank account? What's your PIN number?
I need to know your bank account number, your card.
I work at the consulate in New Zealand.
I bet you I could do that. I would still be able to get that from people.
Yeah.
New Star Wars trailer? Okay. No. Okay. Here's what I would do. I would put a movie screen up in the middle of the Tunisian desert, and on on May 5th, I would put out the trailer in the middle of the Tunisian desert. Just to allow people to try to get there. How many
people would try to get there?
Yeah.
And by the way, I'd make a few deals with the Tunisian government and everything else, so I'd get back paid. So I'd make my millions and then walk away.
Nothing like a little trailer kickback.
You could make it
no, because remember, they kept the set for the original from the Star Wars Episode 4, Luke's little village, house.
Yeah.
That's still there. It's actually a Star Wars museum. I think that'd be awesome to actually have a screen up, show that in there, and just see how many people.
You have people there going, what smells like burnt chicken? Oh,
everybody
soon?
can get served blue milk.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think what I would do is I would set up one theater, like let's say the El Capitan theater.
No.
And hold on.
All right.
Set up, night vision cameras in there, and
along with laser guided missile units. What?
People just coming in thinking they're going to see a regular movie, and then run the trailer and get their reaction to it. And then use that as the viral ad. Well, here's the thing. I like the Battle of the Five Armies way to go, because when does it open?
December 17th.
Correct. When does Star Wars open next year?
December 17th.
December 18th. So it would be 1 year kickoff.
So people could start camping right after that.
Yep. Bring your tent.
Or igloo buffalo.
Yes. Or make your own little igloo.
I made this igloo and it lasted.
Probably in Buffalo it would last all year.
It would last till March at least.
Yep.
You'd be already, you'd be through the worst.
Till July.
And then we moved to furs. I'd hunted down the local populace of rats.
Maybe it could be like a secret. It's at certain theaters, but you had to figure it out and then show up, and there'd be no marketing or advertising. It's just completely, you figure out from the clues, it's going to be at this place in Utah on this date. It's going to be here in California on this date.
Yeah.
And you just show up.
Like a trailer scavenger hunt.
Yeah, and if you have a password,
there's
you
two ways you
it.
could do that. You could do that through, you can actually, in that point, you could use Joe's thing where you release, videos on a dedicated YouTube channel, and then you just give out hints of where the next clue is, and then you could also do things like
you could release 5 seconds at a time,
and you have to piece it together.
I have to watch that.
What are those barcode? What are those the barcode?
The QR
codes. Yeah.
What?
QR codes.
QR codes. You could also do things where, like Matt said. So you have things like those QR codes could be located at like in to use Matt's thing at the El Capitan Theater,
under
right?
Seat number 47.
Exactly. Under seat number 47, or behind the or Grumman. Like I'll use LA here, like at Grumman's Chinese Theater, right? You put something stupid like put one of those codes on, just somewhere. I don't know. I don't think there's R2D2 footprints or anything, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, there are in front of it.
Are there?
The theater. Yeah.
Is there?
C-3PO and R2D2 have their.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
Feet,
so, for example, that's how I would do the marketing. I'd put that QR code right there on
underneath the cement. People have to dig.
No.
Yeah, pickaxe.
I would really quickly have somebody run by and just slap it down along, Grumman's Chinese Theater, being, obviously knows about it, so it's not trespassing or violate or graffiti. But really quickly do it, because then what's going to happen. It's there. Some geek is going to look and go, "What's that?" Scan it.
Click it.
This leads to, like Joe said, a YouTube channel, dedicated YouTube channel that says, you have taken a step into a larger
You're
world,
taking your first
kind of thing.
step into a larger
Boom! Let it explode.
Huh. I like the scavenger hunt idea.
I don't know. I mean, they don't really have to do anything other than say, okay, it's available.
It is, yeah.
I mean, people will
come running.
Kerr's Tunisian desert thing is not real. I mean, people will go anywhere. There'd be someone that would make the journey wherever it was, in the middle of the whatever rainforest.
That's right. So let me get this right. The
hidden inside
the Vatican
this coconut.
The Vatican gets 8 million visitors a year. The Hajj for Islam attracts somewhere close to 22 million, and
now
this video in the Tunisian desert attracted 98.6% of the planet.
Yeah, we all converged on a small Tunisian town.
Exactly. You thought Burning Man was bad.
Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of thing you'd have crazy people coming out of a woodwork.
I could just see a scene out of It's a Mad, 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 Mad World.
That's right.
They're all driving different vehicles, going through the sands.
It's under a big W, I tell you. A big W.
Riding a camel.
There's a classic film, if any.
Putting rocket packs on the backs of camels to go faster.
To
Yeah,
go faster.
That was a great show. I think I have this on DVD somewhere.
You have what?
It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World.
Yeah. Well, actually, Family Guy did a flashback to it as well.
Yeah. When you look at all the people in this thing, you forget
power in that.
Yeah.
Movie.
Milton Berle, Sid Caesar, Buddy Hackett, Ethel Merman, Mickey Rooney, Phil Silvers, Jonathan Winters, Jim Backus. I mean, everybody was in it.
Everybody who's anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep your eyes open for a trailer. Most likely it'll be leaked on the internet somehow, some way, whether on purpose or on accident.
Well, the other thing also is there's two things. It's probably going to be it's going to be in front of. It could be, strangely enough, it could be in front of Strange Magic in January too.
Strange Magic?
Yeah, it's George Lucas's next project. It's an animated fairy tale, and it's one of those where it's Lucas, so being Lucas product.
I thought he was done.
No, he's done doing Star Wars.
So I thought he sold Lucasfilm too.
He did, but I'm sure. Oh yeah, like Disney's. Okay,
but he still has a little bit of stocks. I mean,
he's not. Yeah, he's. I mean, he's got $4 billion.
He made a
fair cartoon
shareholder.
Yeah, that's true. He gets $4 billion, so you can do whatever you want. If you want to make a film, just go out and make a film.
Just let him make the movie. Just give it to him.
Have you seen the trailers for it?
It's very pretty.
It's very pretty, and you know what it reminds me of entirely?
What?
Epic.
Epic?
It's like, did somebody ever pull George aside and say, did this?
Okay, here's what's wrong with this. Look at this right here.
Okay.
It's like, I see this, immediately, I see the Lucasfilm thing here.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care what's behind it. It's like, I want to see Star Wars now.
Yeah.
That, like, something trips in my brain. I'm like, oh, Star Wars. And then it's like, oh, this is
Pavlovian response.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Star Wars. No.
It's not there. Okay, crap.
No. We will get the trailer before the end of the year. I think Disney most likely, will attach it somehow, some way to their Rebels product on Disney XD.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, some way, they're going to work that into it. Just kind of like what they wanted to do with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the new Age of Ultron trailer, which was co-opted, preempted.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens there. So Kerr Ballantyne, any more adventures from the World of Warcraft?
Nothing but.
Really? 24/7.
No, it's bad. It's bad. I was going to take a 12-step program, but I haven't got to that zone yet.
As soon as you get done with the game, I'll start that.
Wow, AA.
Just let me finish this last raid, and then I'll start.
Yeah. I see a bunch of people on their laptops sitting in a circle at the armory.
Yep. No, it gets crazier. I mean, like I said, I told you last week about the garrison system where you get to build your own little town, and you get to fill it.
The village is coming along.
Well, see, it's interesting. Here's the other part: is there are levels to the buildings, and the buildings, as you get levels, obviously it's tied to your level as well. So when you get to 100, you'll have full access to all the powers here.
Huh.
But there's just interesting things like if you're a person who likes player versus player, there's a building that you build inside your garrison that as you go around and play PvP and kill characters, you get, for lack of a better word, chits and coins and stuff. You turn those in, you get more powers, and it gives you special abilities. There's other buildings that one's called the stables, or was it the stables? Yeah, stables, or barn, or something, or whatever it is. And it allows you, when you get higher levels, you can get more unique mounts. So you do the daily quests, and it gives you a random mount. And the higher level you are, the better chance you get of a different mount. Some other things that are kind of cool now is when you do quests now, the classic.
Right.
Go here and do this and go get me a soda, and then when you get me a soda, come back and give me some chips,
and bring back a bendy straw.
So tired of those.
Well, think about it. It's the quest for the drink. It's like, what I want you to do is go to the kitchen and get me a cup. You bring back the cup. Okay, now go back with this cup and get me some ice in the cup.
Yeah.
Now come back with that. Now go back to the kitchen, grab myself a cola.
You'll find a soda on the counter.
Exactly. Bring that back to me. Now pour it into the glass. Now go get me a bendy straw. Now that you've done that, here's 13 cents.
Yes.
You know?
Go see my associate who also wants a soda.
Exactly. And you will repeat this quest multiple times. By the time you've gone to my associate, I will be done with my drink. Come back and refill it, and you'll get another 13 cents. This is the game.
Okay.
But what they've done is, and they've put in a couple of interesting twists to that. Is let's say, for example, you do a quest, and the item at the end of it is green, right, or blue. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
They have there's a chance that when you turn in the quest, right, and instead of getting the normal green item, there's a chance you'll get it upgraded to a blue item.
Oh, okay.
So even though if all three of us did the exact same quest, we all get the exact same item, but there's a chance that each one of us might have a different item.
Huh.
So they've kind of done a random placement of the item. So it's one of those when you do these quests, there's like I've done the same quest with a lot of my characters. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean,
I must level them all up.
They must.
It is. It's like Pokemon. I can't stop.
I have to level them all.
Well, I'm actually now bringing in my big guns, and it's pretty funny because I did all the quest with my lower level characters, as I say, and now I'm bringing in my big dogs, and my big dogs are kind of like, hey, we got to kill this. Bam, monster's dead. What's next? Oh, okay, all right.
Huh.
But like for example, I did one quest, and like one of my characters, like out of the 5 who did the same quest, 2 got greens, 3 got greens, 1 got a blue, and 1 got an epic, a purple kind of thing.
Wow.
Same
Purple.
item, different
Purple.
levels.
Huh.
What? Yeah, purple.
Purple.
Now here's the other thing that they did right that I'm actually getting more and more impressed with. As you do these quests, as opposed to Joe, I remember Joe. I will always remember the sound of Joe's voice. The first time he did Burning Crusade, and the first quest gave him an item better than anything he had in his inventory, and all Joe went, "The green's better than everything I have." Right? They fixed that. You'll get blue items like you've done this quest. Here's your magical sword. And you look at the blue sword, and if you've done a lot of the older content, the other Mist of Pandoria, and you've gotten yourself went on a raid and got a really good purple.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You look at your purple, you look at your blue. Guess what? The one from the previous is still better than the one you just picked up.
Huh.
Now, if you had crappy gear to begin with, it's an improvement. If you had good gear already, it's like, well, it's free money.
Huh. Free money.
But the other thing also is, like I said, the whole thing with the garrison system is it's perfect for those of us who are, for those of us who love doing the crafting and stuff.
Right.
And you can tweak in things like, like I said, there's each one, like the other one is like, there's one where one building is like perfect for my priest who has no armor and can't take a hit. If I get him up a level enough, he can actually buy an upgrade where I can have a bodyguard. So when I go out, I can actually take a bodyguard with me, so that when I'm soloing, right? The other thing also is when you have your garrison, one of the things you get is one of the building gives you an ability to summon all your like a garrison. Okay. So if you're fighting that one big monster for a quest and you're losing, you press the button,
poof, and
you get like 5 or 6 NPCs that show up and charge the beast for you and fight it like your own party. Huh. So you can actually have your own mini raid. So it allows you to do that. I can't really take this beast on by myself, but hey, boom, I can have this extra help to give me that time.
Blow the conch.
Exactly.
Huh.
But there's that. There's like improvement. The other thing also is it's a Blizzard product. So just like we've talked about before, there's all these really cool cutscenes. There's an actual storyline that you get to follow along that makes sense. It's not one of those. It's just Blizzard doing everything that they do well. And it's one of those things where there's nothing there's nothing new here. All right, if you've played WoW. Nothing new here. All the mechanics are about the same,
Yeah.
But they've done some nice little things to make it a little easier for the the casual player, like things like when you do your professions, whether it's leatherworking, fishing, or cooking. When you do things, you actually get access to things. So it's not one of those where you have to spend a lot of time hunting down that one recipe from 7 zones over kind of thing. It's, I can now make fish cakes. Oh yeah, kind of thing. It's like, no, if you make an item,
then
it's
my treat.
Exactly. Well, the thing also, but also it's one of those again. And the cool part is, like I said, is it all go back to the garrison unit, and you can do things like, okay, I need this raw material, so I can build this building, have it create that raw material for my character, so I don't have to buy it, I don't have to hunt it down, I don't have to build another character to do it. I can actually tweak my entire garrison to support what my character is doing. And you're not going to become all powerful, but you're going to have a chance to just, have some interesting effects.
Huh.
So my plan this week is to get my engineer in there, because one of the buildings is a gnome factory, and he makes random items, and I'm like, I just have to have
that randomness.
I have to have that randomness. I want to see what happens when suddenly they go, this is a bomb that kills everything in the zone. Woo! On use only. Oh, by the way, and you lose like 4 levels. What?
Oh. Now it's a work in progress.
and the thing is, I'm in all honesty, I've been doing the same series of quests pretty much with all the characters, but they're not getting it. I know where they are, I know what I'm doing, but you know what? It's that whole level of it's fun again. It's just there've been a couple, and there's a couple of creatures that when you fight, you actually have to be good, or else they're going to kill you.
It's a game. It should be fun, right?
Yeah, I know.
The more complex the mind, the more the need for the simplicity of play.
Exactly.
Who said that?
Ross Defarian.
No. Bill Shatner. Remember the one where they went down on the shore leave, where they went down on the away team, and Dr. McCoy got killed because they saw the knights. Anything they think of would show up.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man. Sorry, I didn't see it when William Shatner.
Yeah, it kind of threw me. It was like
the more complex the mind.
There, I would have got
simplicity of play.
Oh wow, I'd have gotten that.
Simplicity of play.
Play.
Huh.
Spock.
I can't do the chat.
Are you out of your Vulcan mind?
Damn it, Jim.
Huh.
Now the best part is sometimes the video doesn't hook up with your guys' lips when you watch our videos. So the best part is all those things. It will look like I'm saying the lines with your voice.
Resequence.
Yeah. Reboot.
We need to get a video person that can just edit that stuff for us.
Yeah.
Make it right.
So guys, do you remember in your youth, in your childhood, the Choose Your Own Adventure games books?
Oh, yes, I saw that. Oh, I used to read.
I had about 7.
I still have them. I think I gave them to my son.
Huh.
I better go take them back. Give me them back.
If you want to give them to your son, turn to page 37.
That's right.
And yeah, so the author, the guy who wrote those books, R.A. Montgomery, has passed away. So
our world has gotten a little colder.
The world got a little darker today. Yeah. But I remember those books too, and they were so much fun too, because you would go and you would choose, and if you held your finger in the place of where you last had to make a choice, and if you died, you went back. It was kind of like the Encyclopedia Brown books, where you got to have the answer in the back of the book for you.
Well, that, and also it was also one of those first books that you'd also do things like, people would say, oh, I was able to solve it, in 7, in 10 pages, 11 pages, whatever, This is pre-internet, kids, so that also meant that you would actually have to have somebody who actually did it, not just somebody who posted on a forum somewhere and said, yeah, I did it in 8 pages. Good luck. Here's
but there are multiple endings, though.
Here's the sequence. 1, 9, 72, 14, 38, 6, 3, 5, Didn't
the old Infocom game, they had like Invisiclues, you had to call or send a letter or something? How did you get that?
The Invisiclues had the invisible ink.
Mm-hmm. But to get them, though, you couldn't,
well, yeah, but
you had to order them somewhere special or something. I can't remember what it was.
Remember, there was also the other ones where they give you like the secret decoder where they put in a red field, so you'd have to have a red.
Yeah, drink your Ovaltine.
Yeah, exactly. So
have to put the red film over it to.
Yep.
See the answer.
that would be your answer. That would be your big clue. Is like, the reason we gave you this weird map in red and white is because if you take this filter, you'll just see clues that don't make sense until you play the game, and then they'll say, "What does this say on Starfield?" 3, 5, 9, 6. Code is X21697-5.
Trying to think which Infocom game was it that had you? Was it
XCOM.
Hitchhikers? Or man, which one was it that came with like a really thick book? Maybe it was Wasteland, where it had a book, and then instead of listing text on the screen,
it was Wasteland. Yeah.
Turn to page 35, and it gave you
and you
a paragraph
read
or 2 paragraphs about the ongoing narrative.
Which, if you lost the book, it was like, what did he just say? I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do in this situation.
But you think back then, how much memory costs, and if anything you could save.
Yeah.
Here, just take this book. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Which I've been playing Wasteland 2 a little bit lately. I need to get back into it though. Too many games to play.
Speaking of classic games from the 80s, like Wasteland, Elite.
Yes, you sent me that. I was like, oh, I do that. Oh, yeah. That's just one more. Yeah.
Elite Dangerous should be coming out anytime soon.
I couldn't play it though without the joystick. I got to have the old joystick to play it on.
It's a joystick that had one button on the
we just had one button and a stick.
Yeah.
That was it.
That was all we had.
Sometimes there was a button on top too.
Yeah.
So
but it was the same button. It had the same function.
Yeah, there was
nothing
nothing
like
different.
There was 2 buttons on it.
Now
don't go crazy now.
Yeah.
50 different buttons.
What's
and all
next?
those things.
A sliding button?
What's this mouse thing you speak of?
Yeah, before Elite Dangerous comes out, I've got to go get myself a nice little joystick. I don't know where mine is.
Well, it's probably in a box somewhere with a bunch of other stuff.
Probably with all the games that you'll never play again.
Ever.
Because they're all on 5 1/4 floppy.
Yeah, or 3 1/4. It's either one. I couldn't believe the Elite game was 6 megs. It was that was it. And back then that was huge. That was long.
Well, how much? What could you fit on a floppy? 1.54.
Yeah.
So how long did it take?
Would have taken 6 floppies.
Or whatever. Back then though too, you didn't. I was trying to think what year. Oh man.
84.
Well, you had 64K on the Commodore 64.
Right.
I'm actually thinking about it. I think one of the things is some of my old games. I remember some of the biggest ones was probably close to, I think the biggest one was when it first came out for the Apple was Time Zone, and that was 9 discs.
Yeah, when you started to get into those things where you're just put the next disc in, and then and there was no hard drive. It was like you just got to this point. Oh, you go through the door, load this one. Okay. Yeah. Oh wait, I forgot something. Okay.
Yeah, I have to load it back. Oh, accidentally did it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they will not know the joys of the 13 floppy disk install.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Or the joy of this. You're going along, and as Joe said, you do something, and then this starts running, and then you get a message: insert disk 7. I've never used disk 7.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. It's
like
the disk 7. I've made it.
Disk 7.
So, how many of you, show of hands, got to see the Sainsbury chocolate Christmas ad? It's like a little mini epic movie.
When was that on?
It's an English show. It's an English European company, so it's not here in the States. But no, this was my major point was there's a lot of things political-wise that's been going on the last 2 weeks. Maybe you listen, maybe you haven't. We're not going to talk about that. But the thing that blew up the internet, which to me was like, wait a minute, here's 3 other things that are going on. Some other things that are going on that that are blowing up the internet quietly as well.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is about the YouTube one, if you watch it, the thing is, remember that is an actual historical event. It happened Christmas Eve in 1914 during World War I. That's 100 years ago today, right? Or this year, not today, maybe. Well, the war was going on today 100 years ago, but basically that's the point.
Yeah.
So I was like, But the one that I said that I think should have blown up the internet is I put it up there is on thinkgeek.com. They always have around Christmas. They always have things. Yeah. They have a hoodie you can get, which is a gray hoodie that has the uniform of that Wesley Crusher, aka Will Wheaton, had back in Star Trek: The Next Generation. And on Will Wheaton's page on his blog, he actually has a picture of him wearing this hoodie. Oh my gosh. It's that whole this is Will Wheaton wearing the hoodie of the Wesley Crusher outfit that he actually wore back in. It's like, why did the internet not explode on that one?
Or implode?
Exactly. No. It's like it's meta within a meta.
Within a meta.
Within the meta, being worn by the guy who created the meta. Boom.
Oh, it's kind of nice. Zip it, Wesley.
Yeah, but the other thing is also if you go to that page of ThinkGeek, there's a lot of stuff that it's one of those where there's things on there that you really wish you could. I really wish I was back to being 20 again because I'd love to be able to wear some of that. Now, if I wear it, I'm just that sad old guy wearing that.
That's right. That's what it's just that guy,
Huh.
Hey, look, it's a comic book guy. No.
Boys, thinkgeek.com is the perfect rabbit hole.
Yep.
Because.
Have you seen the Technomancer hoodie?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I want that so bad, but it hasn't been in stock ever.
You'll never stop.
It'll never. It was like a joke, and then they actually, and then they actually put some out to sell, and I don't know when, because if this shows up in stock, I'm gonna have to leave. I have to go click on some stuff.
Digital Wizard hoodie.
But it has like all kinds of motion sensors in it. Yeah. So like you have to do certain spells, you have to do the motions, and it detects them, and then it'll light up different ways. It's got a speaker built into it. I was like, that'd be the coolest thing for Halloween.
That'd be the perfect thing to baffle TSA.
Yeah, you go over here. This guy's lit up. Is lit up. Move over here.
You're doing these weird gestures and movements and
get away from me. I'm wearing boots of escaping.
Wow. And meanwhile, the best part is going to be this: the TSA agent. We got another one.
Just don't get tasered.
Wait.
Don't tase me, bro.
Wow.
You're going to blow out the suit. What?
See, I was trying to shoot him with an arrow, but then he failed his saving throw. Right.
I want the Star-Lord hoodie. Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. Star-Lord?
The Boba Fett hoodie is pretty sweet, too.
I saw that. I wondered if you had that.
It's on the list.
It's on the list. All right.
It's on the
list. I have the Boba Fett varsity jacket, but...
And what's the chances of Matt getting a Boba Fett hoodie this year?
Very good. Wait, hold on. All signs point to yes.
Don't make me break out I do have one of those. I can go get that.
So now I have to figure out how to build one of these.
Huh.
Jeannie's been doing a lot of sewing lately, and I have a book on wearable electronics. So it's okay.
Okay, the good news is that it fits. The bad news, it weighs 45
pounds. It weighs 45 pounds.
Yes, along with Joe's welding experience, it wasn't
I have to have an extension cord if I get too far away from the outlet. But oh my gosh, listen to the bass.
Yeah.
Stuff comes in the shoes. So when you step...
Best part about it, gravity boots.
Yeah. I'm thinking about this.
Oh, you know what? I didn't see the Technomancer. I was thinking of a different one.
Oh, dude.
My God.
What's the video on it?
Oh, forget it. Joe's down the rabbit hole. Never mind.
We've all been sucked down.
Yeah. So I'll start playing around with
that. See, like I said, I'm just too fat and old to wear any of this cool stuff.
You're never too old.
Look at the guys that do the cosplay now, Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of people. You blend.
Yes, and how many times does the word sad come out of your...
But isn't there a part of you that's like, oh, that's kind of a cool costume. I'd like to wear that.
Yes.
So there you go.
I would love to.
You don't care anymore.
No, I do care.
I signed up for them to let me know this is back in stock.
If you have as many restraining orders as I do, you will
But the fourth restraining order.
But the fourth restraining order didn't say I couldn't be within 58 meters. I like to do meters. That way the American public doesn't know what I'm talking about.
Be like, is that in feet or meters? What's that in? Yards. Is it
I'm
nautical
sorry.
miles?
I thought you said feet. I didn't realize. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in on the metric system.
Yes.
What?
Are they still trying to do that thing?
As much as I do stuff.
You know what? See, there's your watch, Joe, on ThinkGeek. The Back to the Future flux capacitor watch. Why don't you have that one?
Well, send me the link for that. Where's that?
Under watches?
Well, if you just send me the link.
Well, hold on. I'll do it. I can't let you spend 3 seconds. I'll put it down under my...
Here, let me type it for you.
Search.
There, it's under Tales from the Bunker.
There. Found it. Okay.
There's a Boba Fett Mandalorian wristwatch. I mean, that one's not so good, but the flux capacitor one is better.
I thought Boba Fett had a G-Shock watch.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did too.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Most of these watches are lame, but not lame, but just you can't really wear them in any setting, but
pretty lame.
Pretty lame.
There we go.
All right, we got to get back to the show. We're all looking out. We're all diving down.
Just added one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the rabbit hole.
We have entered the rabbit hole. So tell me a little bit about this Maplecroft Broken Dispatches book.
Oh, fairly just happened.
He's no good to me, uncomfortable.
Oh, God.
No disintegrations this time.
Oh, my God. I can so see Matt wearing that
walking around.
Christmas. If it had footed pajamas, bottoms,
yeah.
It'd
be perfect.
Oh, my God. Seriously. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are going to have a Kickstarter. Let Matt get this.
Yes. What size do you wear, Matt?
Do they have it in? Do they have it in old guy size?
An old guy. Sad old man size.
Triple XL. They might be able to fit
that's
me.
A big Boba Fett. That's Boba Fett.
I have a package here for Mr. Feet, Mr. Bob A. Feet.
It's French. Fett.
It is Fett.
There's Boba.
Anyways, a book that Joe loaned me a long time ago by Sherry Priest called Bone Shaker.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Which...
Say what your size was, Matt?
Probably XL.
Joe's buying your Christmas gift.
I'm writing something down. Go ahead. Sorry, Kerr. Go ahead.
No, that's all right.
Sherry,
well, I could take I'll take a Doctor Who sonic screwdriver while you're on that page. Anyways.
Great one.
It goes perfectly well with everything else I do.
It's blue.
She wrote a book called Bone Shaker, which Joe talked to me. I think we even talked about it on one of the shows, which was just it's probably one of the premier books about steampunk. I mean, it's just a beautiful alternate reality, and it's
steampunk
Seattle's basically Seattle's under a plague of zombies, and from something somebody did, and it's so late 18th century stuff that it's just works. And it's a beautiful. She's a very good storyteller. She keeps as Joe and I like. She keeps her own rules. She doesn't break them. Very, very.
Okay.
She's not one of those authors where by page 7 this could never happen. Then page 1097. Oh, this rule doesn't apply anymore. It's like, oh, I hate you. Throw away the book.
It's like I needed to hit a deadline, so
yeah. And then these giant
everybody gets
come
magical powers.
them out of it. What? What? No.
They bend time.
Yeah. Well, that or just this can never happen. Then it happens. Oh, that could happen all the time. Oh, without a good reason. That's when Joe and I just start yelling at each other about how stupid the author was. But yeah, no, she's and I didn't realize it, but she's written obviously a lot of other books. I've just read the Bone Shaker, but this one is a new one, and I like the premise, which is Lizzie Borden. Remember the infamous Lizzie Borden who axed her parents to death.
Okay.
Reason she had to do that is they were corrupted by a Cthulhu-like monster.
Oh,
so the whole story is Victorian Gothic horror Lovecraftian.
Oh, wow. That sounds cool.
And so she did such a good job.
That is a sub genre.
Right, exactly. But the thing is, so it's basically steampunk meets Cthulhu kind of thing. If I have to, it's on the list.
Huh. That's cool.
It's just so creepy good that I might just have to have to read that one.
Okay, cool.
Just something. It's a new book out there that if you liked Bone Shaker, and most people who've read Bone Shaker like steampunk. I mean, I have a feeling that she's a good storyteller. So this could be this one of those. Excuse me, one of those stories you read and go, "Oh yeah, I totally can see that." So.
That could have happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, how many of you have read the comic book Cowboy Ninja Viking?
I have not. I had not even heard of that.
I know, me neither. But apparently they got Chris Pratt, our favorite Star-Lord, to star in a movie version of Cowboy Ninja Viking.
Man.
So that could be a thing. Yeah. Speaking of comic books, I got to share with you my comic book find of the week. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
Green Lantern.
Ooh.
Old Green Lantern, Silver Age Green Lantern.
Yep.
This is Green Lantern number 50. It's from January 1967.
Wow.
And the cool thing about this one is that there's two stories in it. The first one, Hal Jordan is, for some reason, in Idaho.
Oh, jeez. What's the issue?
Number 50. And
what year?
1967. January 1967. And so
picture.
He's giving, there it is. He's giving, I guess, tour guides or backcountry bush pilot for people coming into Idaho. And he's trying to, for some reason, there's these German tourists who try to rob people.
Because that happens all the time in Idaho.
Because back then, I guess the Germans were the bad guys still. In 67, they had the whole East Berlin
they were the easiest
thing.
bad guys. They were the easiest bad guys.
Yeah. There's still that whole East Berlin, West Berlin thing going on.
Green Lantern, the powerless.
So,
Draxon, the powerful. Have you watched the... there was a Marvel Comics documentary that they had on not long ago with Stan Lee.
75-year retrospective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is amazing, some of the things that they started out with, and that whole approved by the Comics Code Authority, where that came from, and the Seduction of the Innocent book the guy wrote, and all the testimonies they had how comic books were corrupting the youth. And it's just like, wow, wish they'd seen Call of Duty.
Yeah, no kidding. Can you imagine that? They'd all have heart attacks.
Draxon the Powerful. So where did you pick that up? At a local comic store or online?
I was actually looking for a different Green Lantern book to see if they had. And it's one of those things where the guy behind the counter is the perfect salesperson.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I'm looking for, I think it was an issue from 1995 or 96 that I didn't have.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, hey, do you happen to have this one? And so he brought out a box and said, oh, yeah, here it is. And it wasn't very, and he goes, maybe, and he reaches under the counter, maybe you'd be interested in one of these.
Special. He's probably got like a stack of them underneath there.
Exactly. And it's like, ooh.
Oh,
yeah.
Special.
Wait.
Make special
Matt, let's be honest. Was it more like this?
Exactly. Yeah. Please do not drool on the comic books.
Yeah.
That's why they're in plastic, sir.
Yes. But this one, it was a nice book. It has a little bit of a little bit of water damage on it, but so I didn't buy it as far as like.
You mean drool? You mean
drool?
drool?
That's what it was.
Coffee cup ring on it or something.
Yeah, something like that. It's not in perfect mint condition, but I thought, you know what? I really don't have any Silver Age Green Lantern books.
Mm-hmm.
And so this would be a nice little thing to have. I would love to have the Neil Adams Hard Traveling Heroes series that had Green Lantern and Green Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a nice to have, but they're a little bit more pricey. Just a titch.
Menace in the Iron Lung. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, have you seen some of the photos of how they're redoing Doctor Doom?
Don't get me started on the new Fantastic Four.
No. We can avoid the new Fantastic Four forever.
We have to do a whole show on that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They interviewed.
See, you got him started.
They interviewed
said,
the actor.
And here he goes.
They interviewed the actor who's playing Doctor Doom, and he said that, well, it's not Victor Von Doom, it's some other guy.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it's like, what are you doing?
Who's the other guy? His other brother, Daryl?
No, he's
Daryl
called
Von
Doom on the
Doom.
internet, on the forums. That's his avatar, Doom. Yes, it's all over. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, proving positive. There's no good ideas coming out of Hollywood. There's just bad ideas put on stupid. No.
Bad ideas.
I feel sorry for those. I really feel sorry for those actors because I think they actually had a good. I mean, I was at first I was like, oh, that's interesting, because they were talking about doing a mixed racial group of people being the Fantastic Four. So, and a lot of people were at first like, it's like, no, I think that's kind of cool. That's easy enough to get bypass. But I agree with you. It was when you actually start messing with the actual character, like Victor Von Doom. No, he's just an internet man who's misunderstood or whatever they're trying to bring him down to. It's like, no, he is a brilliant genius who gets a little crazy and decides to run the world all the time.
Starting with his home country of Latveria.
Which I've always assumed was based off of Luxembourg. But,
Could be. All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode of Entertechment. You can hear our past episodes. Just go to entertechment.com. Or you can also search for us on your favorite podcasting application. And you can head over there and look. Oh, look, there's some episodes right now. So on behalf of Joe Macer and Kerr Ballantyne, I'm Matt Davenport, and that's a wrap.
All right. Whew. Got it.
Hey, look, Mike's on. He wants to know if we want to play Snipers on.
I might have to take you in to get a haircut. I have to find out when I go down.
It's too cold. Just put him outside. Let the hair break like normal. Come on, man.
Just break right off. Jeannie actually had that happen once.
Ooh.
Her hair broke off. It was so cold?
It was so cold.
Oh, she had probably still wet. And
when she was in Idaho Falls and went skiing. Yeah. Idaho Falls, Or actually, where did she go skiing? Was it Targhee?
Grand Targhee.
I think that's where she went.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Most likely.
She went skiing in Targhee?
In Targhee, yes. You have to be careful because Walmart, they won't let you get away with that.
That's true. No, Walmart does not allow that.
People of Walmart have big fit. Let's see. Close that. Check the stuff.
I so need to win the lottery. There's too many Kickstarter things I want to start. No, not me. I want to give money to.
Yes.
Did you see that there's a Kickstarter project called Flux now, which is a little $500 3D printer, but it's also a 3D printer, a 3D scanner, and a laser engraver all in one.
Yep.
I was like, that's
There's that. There's a series of things that are coming out. And you look and you go,
what is all these? Oh shoot! All these things on the desktop. Tron Armor Mod 1. I know these are all Minecraft things that are on the deal here. Okay. I have to get someone to stop this sort of thing. Too many things to do. All right, I got all that. Oh, stop. No, cancel. All right, so you want to meet in like 10 minutes?
Okay.
Oh my God! Oh yeah. Speaking of which, Joe, it's probably you might want to check in with Phoenix Games. I think they've moved to their new location over there in Meridian now.
Okay.
But the Robotech Tactics game.
Oh, I forgot about Phoenix Games because we went down to Hobby Lobby and they didn't have any BattleTech.
No. Yeah. No, try Phoenix Games. I don't know if he's, but he's also got the Robotech game as coming out, the Tactics game.
Mm-hmm.
It's they started shipping out I think this month. I know you can buy it off their website and stuff like that, but it's basically it's the UEDF forces versus so that's all those classic Robotech looking figures. They're slightly bigger than what you have than the standard BattleTech figures, but when you look at them, you can see Archer, Rifleman, Marauder.
Oh yes.
So
to get back into that stuff too.
Yeah. So highly recommend that. Yeah, I've slipped a little BattleTech into my 40K. I built a Dreadnought with 2 autocannons, so it looks like a Rifleman. So now I just have to put a radar dish on the top, and then it's like I'm gonna have him walking around. I think I'm gonna call him Connor, the Rifleman.
John Connor.
Bob.
No, Chuck.
Oh, Chuck Connors. Yeah,
Chuck Connor, the Rifleman.
Gotcha,
I'm just going to call him Chuck and just see if anybody gets the joke. But
Now we're really dating ourselves.
Oh yeah. Come on,
Last weekend, I watched a whole bunch of episodes of The Wild Wild West.
Oh, wow.
Oh, the original one with
the original.
With Robert Conrad.
Mm-hmm. And
they were. See, the thing is, they're by today's standards, they're tacky, but they work. They still work.
They're so fun. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I really don't have anything to talk about. I am so far behind on my Hulu list. It's actually getting embarrassing.
Oh yeah.
I finally caught up on the Blacklist though, so I watched all of the Blacklist.
Behind on the Blacklist.
We're
still working our way through the Supernatural.
The only thing I'm current on is Shield, the Blacklist, and
current on anything.
Biggest Loser.
Man.
Literally, that's it.
All right, so 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right, 10 minutes.
I will. I'll let you know if I can play or not. I gotta check and see if we have a hair appointment because I might have to go get somebody's haircut because he looks like
John's online too.
A beetle or something. Or
you can find a fourth.
Yeah.
Looks like a beetle.
Yeah.